Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Northeastern Conference Baseball. Lynn Classical entertaining the Revere Patriots. The Rams against the Patriots. Almost sounds like football. Zach Furlong, the center fielder, will lead off against Kyle Finnegan. In for a strike. Finnegan was a very hard luck loser his last game. Tough game. Losing to Beverly 3-2. Up, and it stays up in the netting. There's three of them up there now. We'll have a group of them by the time the season ends. Up and away for a ball. Classville's trying to make it 2 out of 3 for the Lynn teams. Lynn, there's a busy day here at Fraser Field. Nothing going on over at Manning Field. Hit in the air. Right center field. Durant covered a lot of ground getting over behind second base and making the play. We had Lynn Tech. It was a rare Saturday. Lynn Tech, 9:30 start. Lost to Winthrop to start the day. St. Mary's, outstanding performance by Bobby Alcock, striking out 14, pitching a 3-hit shutout. St. Mary's won their game over Williams 6-0. So Classical trying to make it 2 out of 3 with Lynn wins. And the St. Mary's girls moved their game playing on the turf. Hit the shot. Safe at nice try by Luciano. Had to go way to his left. Infield hit for Leone. St. Mary's haven't played that many home games. I think they only played one game at Breed. 2 of their home games have been played at Linfield. Linfield let them use their field over there, which is turf. Otherwise, they'd have a few more makeup games. And as it is, they had to play one of those games today, which is a makeup game. David Guglielma, the second baseman, is the hitter. That was E.J. Leone that got the base hit, the infield hit. Hit high in the air to left field. Devin coming in a few steps, moving over to his left, makes the play. 2 outfield outs. Sandwich around a base hit. And Kevin DePaula, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Quick throw over, getting back is Leone. I thank the Revere coach. He did a nice job writing out the lineup. He even put the grades, the years these kids are in. The runner takes off. In with a stolen base. Revere only has 4 seniors. And in today's game, none of them are starters. First 4 hitters in the lineup, including DePaula, who's up at bat, are sophomores. 2 freshmen and another sophomore fill out the starting 9. Swing and a miss, good off-speed curveball. Way out in front of that pitch. Two juniors in the outfield and a junior pitcher for Revere. Otherwise, it's freshmen and sophomores. Wide for a ball. Slice to right field, coming on. Nice job Aiden Dow. He's out in right field now. He's pitched first base. Now he's out in right field. Made a nice running catch. Takes away what looked like a base hit, possibly an RBI. So Revere went left, center, and right for outs. They got an infield hit, left at second base. And we're moving to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Frank Sims on the mound for the Patriots of Revere. And it'll be A.J. Luciano, the shortstop, leading off. Brett Buckland will DH for the pitcher Finnegan and bat second. Batting third and playing first, David Bernard. The left fielder, Sean Devon, hits in a cleanup spot. Batting fifth and playing right field, Aiden Dow. The third baseman batting sixth is Deshaun Anderson. Catching and batting seventh, Nico Galizzi. Batting eighth, Kevin Durant, the center fielder. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order is the second baseman, Danny Lilia, batting ninth. Lilia's been all over the place. He's had starting gigs at third. He's come in when they changed pitches. He's moved to shortstop. He's playing second base. He played right field. He's been a jack of all trades for Lynn Classical, who's looking to get off the slide. They've lost 3 in a row. And the weather has finally changed a little bit. I've got a jacket on because up here in the shade in the press box, it's a little bit cool, not overly cold. But it's nice to see people in the stands with T-shirts and shorts and not having 3 jackets and gloves and blankets. Last week at this time I was saying, look at those big puffy white clouds, big blue skies, and the bright sunshine. And it was like 35 degrees and even colder because the wind was blowing 60 miles an hour. Couldn't get rid of the wind. The wind is gone, and we're going to jump right into summer because they're predicting, this being Saturday, they're predicting Tuesday, Wednesday up in the 80s. So it was the worst I've seen ever. We've had cold weather during the baseball season, but it's never lasted this long, along with snow and rain. We've got teams that have only, usually by this time, we're closing in on May. And Archbishop Williams, that played the game before this, have only played 4 games the entire month of April. Solid shot off the third baseman's glove. Making the turn, hustling and getting in with a double. A.J. Luciano, he's having a terrific year. It went off the third baseman's glove behind third base. The shortstop had to go get it, and that allowed Luciano, with that speed, to get into second base with a double, leading off the first for Glasgow. Brett Buckland, the DH, hitting for the pitcher as the hitter. In for a strike. Spinning around, trying to keep Luciano close at second base. Way up and away for a ball. Again, trying to keep that runner close. Glasgow, we mentioned 2 and 5, but a little bit deceiving. They played well. It's just that if they didn't have bad luck, they wouldn't have any luck at all. You know, a couple of games they had good pitching. They made a couple of bad plays. When they had a decent offensive game, there were a game where they had 11 walks in the ball game. Slicing it well foul. Very late swing. Fishing down and away. Way wide for ball 4. So a double and a walk to start the ball game. David Bernard, the first baseman, will be the hitter. So St. Mary's had a sweep. Boys and girls teams both won. I don't know if the classical girls are playing or not. That field at Breed Thursday was underwater. They fake the bunt, the runners take off, and it's a double steal. So I was just informed the girls did not play today. They're going to play Sunday. Fishing low for a ball. So David Bernard was not sacrificing. He was faking to protect the runners. They wind up with a double steal. So they have runners at second and third. Revere breaks the infield in very early in the ball game. 2 on, nobody out. Shot to center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. They had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. So an RBI by David Bernard gets them on the board. Buckland had a hold up at third because he wasn't sure the ball wouldn't be caught. So first and third with nobody out in the run-in for Sean Devon, the left fielder. And I would think you would see David Bernard try to go to second base. Missing down and in for a ball. In for a strike. David takes off. Diving into second base. He could have gone in standing up. So they have second and third again with nobody out. This time with a run in. Hit up the middle of the center field for a base hit. They're waving the runner home. The runner's going to score. Devon jumped on the first pitch, drills it into center field. And Glasgow is off and running. First 3 hitters have scored. The 4th hitter is at first base with nobody out. In for a strike, Aiden Dow. We mentioned he's earned himself a spot in the lineup. He's pitched a very nice game. Played first base a couple of times. Now he's out in right field. But he's earned a spot in the starting lineup. He's only a sophomore. Just got the top of the bat on that one and fouled it off. The runner takes off, hit the second base. They'll throw Dow out. He hit it hard, but he hit it right at the second baseman. They had Devin on the move, so he glides into second base. Deshaun Anderson will be the hitter. Anderson is the Ram third baseman. Missing again. Hit way up in the air behind home plate. Playable. And can't make the play. So Anderson gets a life. It did what it usually does. It, behind home plate, it usually kind of veers back towards home plate. Catcher kind of overran it, had to reach back, and it couldn't make the play. Chased that high fastball and swung right through it. That was up and out of the strike zone. Taking off, going to third, they almost threw it away. Glasgow running here in this first inning. 4 stolen bases already. So Anderson, chance of an RBI, just moved 90 feet closer. Not all the way in, but they're shortened up in the infield as he fouls it to the backstop. Nico Galizzi, the catcher, is the on-deck hitter. Swing and a miss. Chased again. The high pitch up and away. 2-away for Galizzi, the catcher. 7th hitter in the inning. First 3 scored. 4th is at third base. Wide for a ball. Sims got the last 2 batters that ground out in a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Hits it foul to the backstop. Galizzi way up on the handle of the bat, chokes up. Swing and a miss. Well, Sim settles down, gets 2 strikeouts, retires 3 in a row, but he gave up a double, a walk, and 2 base hits. And Glasgow has jumped out quickly. They've given Finnegan a 3-run cushion to work with. It's Glasgow 3, Revere nothing at the end of 1. Finnegan's first pitch to Mike Cravata, the left fielder, high and tight for a ball. High in the air. And it goes up in the screen. And that one comes back. Five, 6, and 7 for the Revere Patriots as we start the second inning. Classical has jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead in the first inning, getting 3 hits and a walk. A big 2 RBI single by Sean Devon, along with a base hit by David Bernard, knocking in a run. Finnegan threw that way up and in, and Cravata backing away, sliced it foul past third base. Breaks down and in for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Hit high in the air. That's playable. Right near the first base coach's box, David Bernard makes the play at first base in foul territory. That was hit way up in the air. So one up, one down in the second. Casey Cummings, he's DHing for the pitcher. Frank Sims is the hitter. Line, Luciano makes the play. Not an easy play. Had to go to his right, reach across his body, and pick that line drive. Cummings hit it well. So he takes a base hit, maybe extra bases away from Cummings. That was going into the left center field. 2 quick outs in the second. John Leone, the right fielder, is the hitter. On the corner for a strike. Same pitch, 0-2. Hit way up in the air behind home plate. Galizzi makes the play. Nice job. Not an easy play for the catcher. So Finnegan's retired 5 in a row after giving up that 1-out single in the first. He's retired 6 out of 7. And Classical will have 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the second inning. To face Frank Sims, who'll be starting his second inning of work. Classical jumped out quickly. Leone with a line shot off the third baseman's glove for a double. Buckland drew a walk. The double steal put them in scoring position. 1 run scored on David Bernard's base hit. David stole second. And then Sean Devon came up with a big base hit up the middle to knock in 2. And they still had a runner at third with only 1 out, but 2 big strikeouts by Sims got him out of further damage. This convoluted Northeastern Conference League now has 16 teams. Some coaches love it because you don't have to go out and get that many outside games. Other coaches don't like it because you only play each team once, with the exception of the rivalries like English Classical, Swampscott, Marblehead. They play twice, but you play everybody once. So English and Classical play Peabody once. They play Everett once. They play Saugus once. They play Revere once. Swing and a miss. Kevin Durant, the center fielder, leads it off. Wide for a ball. Down and in for a ball. 2 on the count to the Rams center fielder. On the inside corner, first strike. Strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Sims. 2 to end the first, 1 to start the second. Danny Lilia will be the hitter. Shortened up like he was going to bunt, took the pitch down and away for a ball. And had Kevin DePaula, the third baseman, charging. Now he shortens up at third base. Pop behind the mound. That's a base hit. They weren't going to get him. He can fly down the first baseline. Just a little pop behind second baseman. Was running towards third base trying to field the ball. So Lilia winds up with a base hit. And the top of the order, A.J. Luciano, who started the 3-run uprising with a double and scored the first run, up for the second time. High for a ball. Shot, almost a great play by the shortstop. E.J. Leone went way to his left, stretched as far as he could, got a glove on it, kept it from going in the outfield. Luciano gets another base hit. Classical has 2 on with 1 out for Brett Buckland, who drew a walk and scored 1 of the 3 runs in the first inning. So he hasn't batted officially, but he scored a run. I see some of the fans out behind the fence left field. They like the weather too. Usually they're sitting in their cars watching the game. Now they can get out, get the lawn chairs out. He goes the other way with it to right field. Long run. Diving catch by the right fielder. Picked that one off the grass. That's a nice play by the right fielder, John Leone. Took a base hit away from Buckland. Lilia tagged up and went to third. 2 outs now. I'm assuming we're going to see Luciano try to get to second base. David Bernard has been up once singled in a run and scored a run. Hit in the air to right field, going back and making the play. He almost overran. He had to come back almost in a kneeling position. Oh, David Bernard hit that a long way, to the opposite way, but Classical threatens. They get a couple of hits after one out, but Revere gets out of the inning. We played 2 full here at Frazier Field. Classical with that 3-run first inning is the difference. Classical 3, Revere nothing at the end of 2. First pitch is high to Louis Rincon, the catcher. He's leading off the top of the 3rd. 8-9-1 for the Patriots. Hit high in the air to left field. Long run by Devin. It's going to pull foul. Up and away for a ball. Hits it way up in the air. Durant started to go back. Now he comes on in center field and makes the play. One up, one down in the 3rd. John Murphy, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. 1-1. In for a strike. 1-2. This wide for a ball. Down and away. Swing and a miss. He gets him. First strikeout for Finnegan. And it's the second out of the 3rd inning. He'll bring up the top of the order. Zach Furlong, the center fielder. He flied to center field as leading off the ball game. Hangs up and away for a ball. High again, 2-0. Hits it to center field again. Durant over the left center field makes the play. 8 in a row retired by Finnegan. 9 out of 10. Second straight 1-2-3 inning. And it's still 3-0 Classical as we moved into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Boy, the weather really has been bad. Tech had a game against Minuteman here a couple of weeks ago. And Minuteman playing Tech that day, it was their first day on a field. They don't have their own baseball field. And it was their first day outside. That's how bad the weather has been. All that snow pushed everything back almost a week. Then we had the bitterly cold weather. People just couldn't get loose, couldn't really get. And as the players out in the field, it's got to feel great now. But the last couple of weeks, you can't wear jackets out there. You can't wear gloves. You got to throw the ball. You got to try and keep your hands warm. And it was almost impossible. I actually saw softball games where outfielders were putting their bare hand, the one bare hand they have, putting it in their back pocket, trying to keep their hand warm between pitches. And the wind was blowing hurricane proportions. Then, of course, that monsoon on Marathon Monday, and then get in the middle of the week. Thursday was a bad day. Then we just had rainstorm again, and softball's been virtually obliterated down at Breed Field, the home field for the three of the four schools. Tech plays behind Tech. English Classical, St. Mary's plays at Breed. They haven't played that many games at Breed. St. Mary's played 2 of their home games we mentioned before in Linfield. Linfield has a turf field. Hit straight up in the air. The pitcher had it and dropped it. Third baseman was telling the pitcher, let me take it. Pitcher Sims tried to take it away. Devin reaches on the error. He had it and it just fell out of the glove. The runner takes off, line shot to center field, over the center fielder's head. That's going to score a run easily. In with a stand-up double is Dow. He hit that a ton. So the error hurts. Dow hit it well the last time, but hit it right at the second baseman. Now he hit a shot right over the center fielder's head. Hardest play for an outfielder to make. A line drive right over your head. And they had Devin moving on the pitch, so he easily scores. So the error really hurts. Tayshawn Anderson struck out swinging. Up and away for a ball. Way wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. Tayshawn's mother and I have become good friends. She works over at Doobie's in Salem. Very, very nice restaurant. She's here today watching Tayshawn play. Chase, that pitcher was way up and away. He needed a longer bat to reach that one. He likes that high pitch. Little punch towards first base. It's started foul, stayed foul. Hit in the air to center field. Center fielder almost fell down. Now he has to come back on. It drops for a base hit. I don't know if he lost it. He took 3 or 4 steps, to go back for the ball that wasn't hit that far. And then when he's trying to come on, he slipped and lost his footing. And it drops in for a base hit for Anderson. Dow had to stay at second base, not knowing if the ball would be caught or not. So still nobody out for Nico Galizzi. Swing and a miss. So a tough inning for Sims. He dropped the pop-up that scored on Dow's double. Now a ball that probably should have been caught in center field drops in for a base hit. Way down and in for a ball. In for a strike. Wide again. Down and in for a ball. Sims took a lot of time and then finally stepped off. Hit solidly to third. They didn't even attempt. I thought they had a shot at a double play. Third baseman didn't even attempt to throw the ball. So Galizzi reaches on the fielder's choice. Kevin Durant struck out swinging his first trip. Up for the second time against Sims. Waves at the first pitch. So the ball was hit high enough to at least make an attempt to throw Galizzi out at first base. On the corner for a strike, quickly 0-2. The runners take off and they steal 2 more bases. Got a good pitch to run on. It went way up and away. Rincon had no chance to even throw the ball. He was lucky he went up and caught it. Down and in for a ball. 5 stolen bases. And we're still in the third inning for Glasgow. Hit in the air, outside first base. Drifting into foul territory, making the play is John Murphy. So two-way now. For Danny Lilly, who got a base hit his first trip. So Glasgow has batted around twice, and we're in the third inning. In for a strike. Missing wide for a ball. 1-1. Hit it solidly, pulled it well, foul, past first base. Went with the off-speed curveball, hung up inside, stayed way up and in. Hit foul to the screen. Lilia hanging in. Top of the order, Luciano on deck. This is a big out for Sims. He doesn't want to face Luciano again. Men in scoring position. Foul tip. Nice job by the catcher, Rincon, holding on. Four strikeouts for Sims, but that error leading off the inning proved big. The error came around to score. Classical adds to their lead. It's now Classical 4, Revere nothing at the end of 3. E.J. Leone will lead off. He's the only base runner so far for Revere. He got a base hit. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Way wide. Khaleesi had to go way out to get that one. Way wide again. So Leone is the only guy that, so far, that Finnegan can't get out. He's got a hit and a walk in 2 trips. David Guglielma flied out to left field. His 1 trip. In for a strike. Chop foul past third base. And I mean chop. That pitch was way up inside. He just tomahawked it past third base foul. I'm watching Christian Burt chase the foul ball. Christian was the starting second baseman opening day, and he hurt his back, and he's been rehabbing ever since. Throw over. Getting back is Leone. Had to push it past first base and sliced it foul down in the direction of the bullpen in right field. Hit right up the middle into center field for a base hit. Finnegan almost got a piece of it. So a walk and a hit, start the 4th inning. Finnegan had retired 8 in a row before giving up the walk. Now he gives up his second base hit. First hit since the second hitter in the first inning. Kevin DePaula, flied out to right field. Way wide for a ball. On the corner for a strike. On the inside corner for a strike. Started to pull the trigger and held up. The pitch broke down and away. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. Second strikeout for Finnegan. Matt Cravata, the left fielder, popped up in foul territory to David Bernard at first base. Swing and a miss. Warm-up action in the Revere bullpen. Down and in for a ball. Evens the count at 1. Revere has brought some fans. Classical. Some of the girls softball team is here. They were supposed to play today at 3 o'clock, but couldn't play with the field, so I guess they're moving it to tomorrow. That's a game that was supposed to be played Thursday. They moved it to Thursday because of the prom. Rained out, rained out, rained out. Trying to get the field in shape. Oh, in the corner, nice pitch for strike 3. So he catches Cravata looking. Back-to-back strikeouts after a walk and a hit. Casey Cummings, the DH, hitting for the pitcher. Sims had a base hit taken away by Luciano. He lined it the other way. Luciano went a couple of steps to his right, reached across his body and picked it off. Down and away for a ball. Hit the shot again, Luciano. They get the force at second. So the walk and the hit looked promising for Revere starting the inning. 2 strikeouts and a force out. Gets Finnegan and Classical out of the inning. We're halfway through the ball game. Classical shutting out Revere so far, 4-0. 2 more strikeouts, 3 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. for Finnegan. They had warm-up action, but Sims is going to start the fourth inning for Revere. And he'll face 1, 2, and 3. A.J. Luciano, Brett Buckland, David Bernard. Hospital jumped all over the first inning. 3 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And they left a runner at third. Finnegan gave up a 1-out single in the second. Retired 8 in a row before he walked the leadoff hitter in the fourth. Gave up another base hit. But then 2 strikeouts and a force-out got him out of the inning. So only 3 base runners in 4 innings, 2 hits and a walk. A.J. Luciano was perfect. Doubled and scored and singled. Bounced in front of home plate for ball 1. Missing low for a ball, 2-0. Hit foul at home plate. Kind of goes to 2-1. Also got 8 seniors on this team. Chopped a deep shot. They got a nice play at first base. Nice play by the shortstop, Leone. Way in the hole, had to make the long throw. He bounced it, and Murphy not only played the bounce perfectly, but kept his foot on the bag as well. So they get Buckland for the first time. 1 up, 1 down in the fourth. Brett Buckland walked and scored and flied to right. That one bounces in front of home plate. So a nice play by the shortstop. Taking what would have been a third hit away from Luciano. Missing down and away. 2-0. That one bounces to the backstop. So Buckland will be taking a look at this pitch with the count 3-0. Taking all the way in for a strike. And again, he'll be very fussy here. It's got to be a good pitch. Got to be one he can handle. With the count 3-1. That's ball 4. So Sims has walked 2 batters in the game. Both of them Brett Buckland. David Bernard singled in a run in the first, scored a run in the first. Hit it on the nose. Right fielder went back and made the play. Hit a long way to right. The right fielder, Leone, tracked it down. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Up and away for a ball, and the runner, he was well off the bag, like he was, I'm not going to go, and then he went. I think he kind of surprised everybody. And Buckland easily steals second base. Six stolen bases for Classical. We haven't seen him run this much. Swing and a miss. Thought about it. Pitch was up and away, held up. Actually stepped across home plate. Good thing he didn't swing at the ball. Way wide again. Swings through the pitch for strike three. Two away. Sean Devon is perfect. Singled in 2 runs in the first, reached on an error, and scored in the third. So he's 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBI. Swing and a miss. It was his pop-up out in front of home plate that the pitcher dropped, and he came around to score on Aiden Dow's double. Slices it the other way. Long run for the left fielder. Shortstop, nobody gets there. So Devon will get the swing again. Hit solidly, big hop for the second baseman. Guyama over to Murphy for the out. So the walk doesn't hurt. Stranded at second base after the stolen base. Classical is down in the fourth. We played 4 complete in this Northeastern Conference battle. I'm getting stuck with all these leagues playing here today. Classical leading 4-0 over Revere. John Leone leads it off. And he tried to hold up and couldn't. The pitch was way up and away. By the time he realized it, he had already committed. Leone popped up behind home plate to the catcher. Galizzi. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Line to left center field for a base hit. Devon gets over quickly and holds it to a single. So for the second inning in a row, Revere has the leadoff hitter on. Only the third hit they got in the ballgame. Louis Rincon, the catcher, flied to center field his one trip. in for a strike. And little lob toss over to first. Hit the shot. Nice play by Luciano. And nice play at first base. What a turn in the middle. Lilly with a great turn in the middle and a nice pick at first base by David Bernard. And they turn the 6-4-3. That's an ESPN highlight tape. Leone with a great play to get it. Looking to get one. And then Lilly with a great turn in the middle, and David Bernard with a nice pick at first base. They turn the 6-4-3 double play. Outstanding defense by Klasko. Can't do any better than that. Down and away for a ball. John Murphy struck out swinging his one trip. In for a strike. Little punch on the first base line. Nice hustle by Finnegan. Gets the toss from David Bernard. So it faces only 3 hitters in the inning. That play goes 3-1. After the terrific double play, they turn 6-4-3. So only 3 hitters for Revere in the inning, even with the base hit. So through 5, Kyle Finnegan posting the shutout. Pascal holding on to that 4-0 lead. And we'll have a new pitcher for Revere. James O'Donnell will take the mound. So Sims goes 4, gives up 4 runs, 7 hits, walked 2, struck out 5. 3 of the 4 runs were earned. He's on the hook for the loss unless Revere can make a big comeback. And James O'Donnell, in his stint in relief, will face Aiden Dow, Deshaun Anderson, Nico Galizzi. 5, 6, and 7 for the Rams. So it's going to be an even longer day. I talked about the long day here at Fraser Field with Tech playing an early morning game. St. Mary's playing right after them at noontime. Now Klasko taking the field. And coming in is Fisher College. They're going to play. Usually they're done by now, Fisher College, because they start very early. But with the weather, they've been pushed all over the place as well. So Old Man Winter has done a job on baseball and softball. Lacrosse has been able to play because they play in any kind of weather. They're like football. Aiden Dow grounded a second. Hit right on the nose, but hit right at the second baseman. Last time up, hit it right on the nose again and lined it over the center fielder's head. And he lines it to center field again, right at the center fielder. who was playing him over to right center field. So Dow's hit the ball hard 3 times. He's got a double to show for it. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. Deshaun Anderson struck out swinging and got a base hit. Hit that little pop in the short center field that center fielder kind of started back on, then had to come on and wound up bouncing in front of him. He slipped and fell. Lost his footing. Pulled that well foul, way out in front. 2 quick strikes. O'Donnell just throwing basketballs up there, just lobbing up and lobbing it in. Hit the shot. Leone with a nice arm. Throws Anderson out. Play goes 6-3 for the second out in the 5th inning. Nico Galizzi has struck out, reached to the fielder's choice. Hit hard and hit it right at the third baseman with runs at first and second. They stepped on third. Didn't attempt a double play, which I thought they might have had a shot at. In for a strike. O'Donnell comes right, you don't see that too often anymore. Well over the top, right over the top. Wide for a ball. Pops it up. Long run for the third baseman. Can't get there. O'Donnell on the mound is built more like a catcher than a pitcher. And he's not throwing BBs. He's just lobbing up saying, here, see how hard you can hit this. That one bounced. That's 1-2. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And he looked to make sure the catcher caught it. So 1-2-3 inning for O'Donnell. Classical is down in the 5th. As we finish 5, Classical holding on to a 4-0 lead over Revere. First pitch is in for a strike to Zach Furlong, leading off the 6th inning. He's in a rut. He's flied to center field, Durant twice. That one bounced down and away. 1-1. Swing and a miss. I knew that too. You know why? I'm thinking they're supposed to play home today. So I'm thinking they changed the game to tomorrow. But they can't because they're playing there tomorrow. They're not playing now. They're playing Revere tomorrow. They're going to play Saugus today. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the swinging strikeout starts the 6th inning. E.J. Leone is perfect. He singled and walked. There have been 4 base runners allowed by Finnegan, and he's 2 of them. That wide for a ball. 3 singles and a walk. Hit on the ground to short. Leone, close play at first base. Leone got down there in a hurry. 2 up, 2 down. David Guglielmo fly to left and singled. He's got one of those 3 hits. Down and away for a ball. Line to center field. Durant is there. Makes the play. A 1-2-3 inning. Third 1-2-3 inning for Finnegan. Revere is now their last 3 outs. He scattered those 3 hits. They got a 1-out hit in the first. A single following a walk leading off the 4th, and a single leading the 5th. So they've had 4 base runners, and one of those base runners wiped out on a very pretty 6-4-3 double play. So the game has been almost perfect for Finnegan and the Classical Rams. Bottom 2 in the order for Classical. Kevin Durant, Danny Lilly, and then back to the top of the order, A.J. Luciano. Durant is struck out and popped to the first baseman. He's made 4 putouts in the outfield. That little, almost looked like Bill Lee's Eufus pitch. You can count the stitches on the baseball as it comes up to the plate. Durant tried to bunt and pushed it foul. O'Donnell in the second inning of work had come in relief and had a 1-2-3 inning. Hit right back to the mound. One up, one down. Danny Lilly singled and struck out. His strikeout came against O'Donnell. Way up and in. That one bounced 2-0. We're talking a funny delivery. For years, coming over the top was the way to throw. This is almost like, you don't see many pitches now coming totally over the top. And that's the first hitter to reach. Lilly gets hit by the pitch. Luciano will be the hitter. He's doubled and scored, singled, and got thrown out by the shortstop. 2 for 3 with a run scored. They're not playing him very deep in the outfield, especially center field. Down and in for a ball. The runner takes off, in with a stolen base. They got a good jump, and the pitch is not getting there to home plate in a hurry. They're putting a lot of pressure on the catcher, Rincon. Classel got 7 stolen bases. Way up for a ball. Nice stop by the catcher, Rincon. He walks him on 4 pitches. Seattle's on for the 3rd time. Brett Buckland has scored a run, but he's only been up once officially. He's walked twice. He walked in the 1st inning and scored. Fly to right and walked again. And he's stolen 2 bases, 2 of the 7 that Classical has. In for a strike. This is like O'Donnell. I'm gonna get it up to the plate. You're gonna have to supply all the power. One-on-one as the pitch was up and away. Way up for a ball. Low for a ball. So O'Donnell get the first out, hit a batter, walked the batter. Now he's behind Buckland. Hits it up in the air outside first base. Too far away for anybody to go get it. Lands right up on top of the bounce, going up on top of the Revere dugout. The runners take off. Foul ball. Inside and tight and went off the bat. Well, Classical in a running mood here today against Revere. 7 stolen bases. And they were trying to get 2 more there. O'Donnell trying to keep him close. Looking Lilia back at second. Swing and a miss. Two in a way now for David Bernard. Single, knocked in a run and scored a run in the first. Fly to right, struck out swinging his last time up. He's facing O'Donnell for the first time. Again, trying to keep Lilia close at second base. In for a strike. Drops in for a strike. Almost looked like slow pitch softball. Just lobbing it up there and say, here, try to hit it. That one bounces and goes to the backstop. So that takes away the force at any base on a ground ball. They'll have to go to first with it. Big hop for the second baseman. They throw Bernard out. So they hit batsman and a walk. Don't hurt. Classical is down in the sixth, leaving a couple. With an inning left, going into the seventh. Classical leading Revere 4-0. Classical 3 outs away from getting the monkey off their back. They've lost 3 in a row. Kevin DePaula has fly to right, struck out swinging. On the corner for a strike. Good curveball for a strike, 0-2. Out in front of the plate. Finnegan makes the play to David Bernard. 1 up, 1 down in the seventh. Mike Cravata popped to first, called on strikes. Punches it foul past first base. First base coach making a nice play. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One out away. Finnegan pitching a masterpiece. Cummings line to the shortstop, grounded out into a force out to the shortstop. He takes the pitch for a strike. Curveball just hung high. Bounced that one. Fair ball. Just past the third base bag, down the bullpen area. That was fair by an eyelash. So he extends the 7th inning. John Leone has popped to the catcher and singled. And he was quickly wiped out on a picture-perfect 6-4-3 double play. Lines it to the shortstop for the 3rd out. An outstanding performance by Kyle Finnegan. What a game he pitched. We had Bobby Alcock before this game pitched a 3-hit shutout against Williams. Finnegan duplicates it. Gets a 4-hit shutout. Gave up only 5 base runners, 4 hits and a walk. One of them wiped out on the double play. Struck out 5. Spaced those hits out. And he shuts Revere out. Revere will go to 500 at 4-4. Classical will get their 3rd win to go 3-5. They wipe out that 3-game losing streak. They get all they needed in the 1st inning. Luciano doubled. Buckland walked. A double steal put them at 2nd and 3rd. David Bernard's base hit scored a run. Buckland stopping at 3rd. Bernard stole 2nd. A big base hit by Devon knocked in 2. It was 3-0. In the 3rd inning, Devon hit a pop-up out in front of the plate, dropped by the pitcher, and then Aiden Dow drilled one dead center over the center fielder's head for a double. Devon scored from first. It was 4-0, and that was all that Finnegan needed as he pitched the shutout and went to work. Shut them out. 4 base hits, walked only 1. 5 base runners, 1 wiped out in a double play, struck out 5, and was exceptional on the mound for Lynn Classical, getting them their 3rd win. But Classical, Luciano had a couple of hits and a walk, was on base 3 times. Buckland drew a couple of walks and scored a run. Luciano also scored a run. David Bernard had a base hit, knocked in a run, scored a run. Devon had a big 2 RBI single, reached on an error, so he knocked in 2 and scored a run. Aiden Dow had a big double. Deshaun Anderson had a base hit. Danny Lilia had a base hit and got hit by a pitch, was on base twice. And Finnegan pitched the masterpiece. 4 hits, 5 base runners, 1 wiped out in a double play. And Classical gets off the slide. They knock Revere down to 4-4. Classical will go to 3-5. The final score with that big 3-run 1st inning, Finnegan made it stand up with the 4-hit shutout as Classical wins it 4-0 over Revere. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.